Very good afternoon. Thanks for clicking on to the Tuesday edition of Vogan's European Outlook. A lot of very interesting weather to come over the next few days. We've got snow in parts of the northern half of the UK, and that may be a sign of things to come as we go towards particularly the latter half of this work week, as very, very cold air originating in Siberia gets pushed all the way towards us here in the UK as well as Ireland by the time we reach the latter half of this work week. But we have got two very anomalous systems at the moment. One that's over the North Atlantic, that is projecting subtropical mid-Atlantic air up into the Arctic region. Once again, for what I believe the fourth time this winter, we've seen an injection of tremendous warmth into the Arctic, and it has been one of those very, very strange winters in the Arctic region with regards to warm anomalies, temperatures. And certainly in the modern era, this may well have been the warmest winter on record for the Arctic region here. But so that area of low pressure, a very deep area of low pressure that bottomed out at around 929 millibars, that is of course injecting the very warm air into the Arctic region. Of course, it cools as it goes into the Arctic. It's not exactly going to be like plus 15 at the North Pole by any stretch, but it might be in fact more like near freezing as opposed to minus 15, minus 20, minus 25 that you would typically expect to see at this region at this time of the year. But in saying that, we've got not one but two wheels, atmospheric wheels, that is basically transporting air from one source to another. Unusually cold air is getting pushed westwards across Europe, and all thanks to an area of high pressure that's centered over southern Finland at near 1050 millibars here. That is pulling Siberian air underneath across Europe and eventually reaching the UK. So while we could be talking about temperatures at the North Pole near freezing by the end of this week, we could be talking about temperatures that are having a hard time getting much above freezing, and factoring in a very stiff, if not gale force easterly wind. We are going to be talking about substantial wind chill down the eastern side of the UK in particular, but all areas are going to be feeling rather cold with this setup here. So it may in fact feel, believe it or not, colder in the UK than it is in the Arctic region by the time we reach the end of this work week here. So look at the GFS 2 meter temperature anomalies, and you can see it here. So that area of low pressure pushing up towards Iceland, transporting that Atlantic air into the Arctic, while at the same time we've got a very strong area of high pressure over northwestern Russia, west eastern parts of Scandinavia, that is pulling very, very cold air over eastern and western Asia. Not eastern and western, but we've got very cold air over western Asia in particular. That is getting pulled across Europe and reaching the UK here. So we do have the increased potential of snow as well as sub-freezing nights, sub-freezing days potentially as well. And is this a consequence of the stratospheric warming taking place? It might be, but it looks as if the recent surge in temperature of nearly 60 Celsius within the polar stratosphere may not be materializing just yet. It might be a little bit too early, but come the middle part of February, we could be talking about the response. So there is long range ideas here, folks, that this is going to be a colder month and the coldest month of winter thus far. So very interesting weather to come. Certainly turning much colder, especially in that easterly wind as we push towards the latter half of this work week, and we'll wait and see what takes place as we go further down the road. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Do check out the written post for more, and I'll be back in the next couple of days. Bye for now.